Heidi-ho! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, the high-quality, low-cost QVC of YouTube when it comes to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Did you know that October is National Apple Month? Yeah, as if there weren't already enough fantastic reasons to become a foodie in the month of October. We covered a few last weekend on the show, but yes, October is also National Apple Month. And I know this is the time of year where people wax poetic endlessly about pumpkins, and pumpkin spice, to be specific. But I'm not one of those people. At least not until a couple of days minimum before Halloween. And of course around Thanksgiving time. You know, pumpkin pie. But when fall begins, I think it is the time of year where apples should get their fair due. Besides, we all know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And, as we all know, those doctors are far too busy battling this coronavirus crap. Since QVC is as American as apple pie in my opinion, I decided to marry the two together for my review of the best from QVC Cookbook from Quail Ridge Press. Favorite recipes from viewers, hosts, employees, and friends. One of those hosts represented QVC so nobly well twice on this channel, the venerable David Venable. You know, in the kitchen with David, one of QVC's favorite foodies. I reviewed two of his cookbooks, and you can find both of those reviews by clicking links in the description below. Upon closing this video, of course, after you've seen it. I picked this up for $3.99 and for 50% off, and as far as I'm concerned, I couldn't locate a retail price anywhere on the outside of the book, so I guess it's for the best. Besides, if there's a more cooler, community-based cookbook than this, you know, the type of cookbook that community people come together to contribute to, well, I've yet to see it because this item is giving me all those vibes. It's a taste of America. It's a taste of American history. It's a taste of American family tradition. And not only that, but it's also simultaneously a really cool tour of QVC's spacious studio park in Pennsylvania through plenty of black and white photographs of the set, of the warehouse, of the sets, really, because there are a lot of sets in that studio park, of their massive, spacious warehouse, the control room, makeup room, almost everywhere in the QVC building, even in the atrium. You'll see that throughout this book. This review is going to highlight every recipe in here that features apples. Whole apples or some kind of substantial apple flavoring. Apple pie filling, for example. Yeah. Already prepared, canned or jarred, apple pie filling. I'm kind of queasy about that. You might want to make apple pie filling yourself. But hey, let's get on with the program, shall we? Our first apple-based treat is apple pie pancakes. Yeah, apple pie pancakes. A teaspoon of apple pie spice is required for this. This comes from a viewer, Diane DeSalvo of Boynton Beach, Florida. I should also mention that, save for the photographs in the cover of the cookbook, there are no color or black and white recipe photographs inside of the cookbook. And that's not cool. A buttercream apple salad from Lynn Harris of Brookings, South Dakota. When I first made this salad in 1975, so you know this is a tad bit old. My 5-year-old daughter said, well, it doesn't look like much, but it certainly tastes like a whole lot more. So wisely said from such a young'un. You'll need 4 to 5 medium-sweet apples peeled and chopped for this one. Wow, a 5-year-old. A weaver dreams at the loom of the mind. And taste buds. And yeah, I picked that up from Family Guy. They are always so eloquent, Family Guy. Of course, David Venable, as you know, was representing QVC on TSR with pride. And of course, he got good marks on both counts with his In the Kitchen with David cookbook, so I thought I'd give him another shout out here with his brown rice casserole, the only non-apple-based recipe I'm featuring here. This recipe is as great as a side dish for beef as it can be great for, I don't know, just a hearty meal in itself with sliced beef inside of it. There you go. Walk my way around those flub-ups. You get a brief bio about David here at the bottom. it's not just David. You get to learn a little bit more about every QVC host as of this publication. And bearing that in mind, I should say not every QVC host is represented here, but the ones that are, well, you get to learn a bit more about them through those captions. And that's kind of cool, too. How about apple chicken with vegetables? Yes. Apples in a savory application from Jenny A. Monroe of Torrington, Connecticut. No salt, no pepper, no sugar. What? No salt? No pepper? Come on, you gotta have those. Those are natural and ultimate flavor enhancers. If you don't got those, what the heck you got? Healthy never tasted so good. I bet the people who took your word for it added a pinch of each. Just to hedge their bets. Jenny Monroe. What apple do you need for this? Apple chicken with vegetables. A cup of apple juice. I say salt and pepper before you serve it, and then taste and adjust throughout. You know, that's the golden rule. Taste, season, adjust, and serve when you're happy. Rose's Jewish apple cake from Linda Paravicini of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hey, not too far from QVC HQ. My friend Pat's mother, Rose, gave me this recipe years ago. I always called the cake Rose's Jewish apple cake. This cake is very easy to make, and people actually beg you to make it. It never disappoints. 5 large golden delicious apples are needed for this Jewish apple cake. Mazel tov, Linda. Turn the page and you got an apple pie cake. And that's from Becky McDaniel in Clanton, Alabama. This cake recipe is my claim to fame. No matter if I double or triple it, it always runs out. A great do-ahead dessert. You need a can of apple pie filling. Already prepared, canned, or jarred? Oh, canned. 1 can of apple pie filling. Can we find that nowadays like a Whole Foods market? Next up, caramel apple cupcakes. Or caramel. Caramel, caramel, doesn't really matter to me how you pronounce it. This is from Julianne Myers of Blackley, Oregon, or Blatchley. Oh, Julianne Myers, excuse me. Right here at the bottom. You'll need about 2 teaspoons of cinnamon or apple pie spice. Since we're talking about apples here, get the apple pie spice if they have it. Apple pie spice. Apple brownies. Oh yeah. You're thinking to yourself, how many apple recipes can there be in here? A lot. And here we have another QVC host represented, Jill Barra, who you see a photograph of on the back of the book. So you'll need about 3 to 4 apples peeled and chopped. Granny Smiths work well. Honorable mention, special shout out, next best thing to Tom Selleck cookies. Why the name Carol Vista of Medelia, Minnesota? My family likes the Girl Scout mint cookies, and this is a close match. It's a favorite at Christmas, and they freeze well. When I serve these, someone is sure to ask the recipe. What is it? Why is it the next best thing to Tom Selleck? It's the more important question at hand there. Anyway, back to the apples. Coconut, raisin, nut, apple spice, oatmeal cookies. So in other words, it is a chock-full oatmeal cookie. It's a low-fat treat you'll make again and again, says Rosalind K. Wright of Jackson, Mississippi. And you'll need half a teaspoon of apple pie spice. Where can you find apple pie spice? Or already prepared apple pie filling? I mean, apple pie filling is one thing. I think that's relatively easy to find, but apple pie spice? Next thing you know, they'll be making apple pie soda. Down here you have a little behind-the-scenes note regarding QVC camera crews shooting all across the country and all around the world to enhance their product demonstrations. You'll find lots of these behind-the-scenes photographs and notes throughout this book. As I said before, it's like a studio tour. A very long-winded but incredibly engrossing studio tour. It's all in black and white, by the way. And it just enhances the awesomeness of this. Here we have Grandma's apple pie. As American as apple pie. Thanks, Patty Wiley, QVC host. You're gonna need about 6 to 7 medium-sized baking apples for this. This is my grandmother's most popular pie. She actually makes her own pie crust from scratch, but wants to keep that a family secret. She has a variety of hobbies and interests, including crafting and gardening. She's an animal lover and has a black Labrador named Piper. She graduated in speech communications from the University of Rhode Island. One more apple recipe to show you here, I promise. And that is this cran apple cobbler. Now you wish right now with a name like that, there'd be a recipe for it. Sadly, there's none. This is from Nancy Henley in Glencoe, Alabama. This cobbler is a favorite at our senior citizen potluck dinners. You'll need 2 21-ounce cans of apple pie filling to make this. So, shall we say, semi-homemade? Whatever. Plenty of QVC staffers also contribute to this cookbook. And some of those recipes actually come from friends and family. Which is why this is such a really cool family cookbook to own, especially around the holidays. I do want to show you one more feature in here, besides all the recipes, and that is the acknowledgments from Gwen McKee, one of the editors of this book, for Quail Ridge Press. Barbara Mosley was co-editor for this. I say a very special thanks to all the contestants who sent in their recipes, whether they ended up in the book or not. Contestants? You're calling these guys contestants? These people were gracious in sharing their recipes and the family traditions that go with them. The message woven throughout was that shared food is shared love. Thank you, QVC viewers across America, for joining QVC and Quail Ridge Press, QVC and QRP, in helping to preserve America's food heritage. Always my best, Gwen McKee. Okay, number one, calling these guys contestants is kind of wrong. This is not a competition. This was a collaborative community effort to make a cookbook of this awesome caliber. And you know what? They're all winners for having tried that and succeeded, because this is a really cool cookbook. QVC invited its massive TV audience members to submit their most tasteful recipes to the Best of the Best Cookbook Contest. Oh, that's why you call them contestants. This is more like a collaboration than a competition. Thousands of wonderful recipes were submitted. 388 of the most exceptional were selected for inclusion in Best of the Best from QVC Cookbook. The recipes are of every variety and come from every state in the Union. Quail Ridge Press, because of its acclaimed Best of the Best State Cookbook series and committed goal of preserving America's food heritage, was chosen to coordinate the publication of this book. This combined effort has produced a remarkable collection of treasured recipes that truly captures the flavor of America. And as far as the Best of the Best State Cookbook series goes, I think this is the crowning cookbook. And other than the fact that there are no finished recipe photographs inside, I guess these 9 photographs here on the cover will have to suffice. They tried so hard in this cookbook to get me to give them all 5 claps, and because of the acknowledgement of the QVC audience, the variety of recipes is here, the amount of recipes, the amount of behind-the-scenes photographs from the QVC studio tour at the Spaces Pennsylvania Studio Park, and of course, the recipe photographs on the cover here. You know what? Fine, QVC. You win. All 5 claps. As far as Home Shopping Network cookbooks go, this is best of the best. Quality, value, convenience, deliciousness, awesomeness. QVC, see you later on the thrift side. Thanks for watching.